Hi, I'm India Lee. This is the Speaking Spirit podcast, and thank you for being here. We are going to explore the messages of Leo season and the messages for the month of August for each sign. First, before we get into each sign, I'm going to share some of the things that I've been being shown by my guides for the month ahead and for Leo season. This is absolutely a time of shifting into deeper power within, deeper power and connection with yourself and with spirit, with the universe, with your own higher self, with those around you. Soul connection. Shaking off even more the chains and restraints and expectations and conditions of human relationships and societal connections and all those things that were constructed by people, and moving into deeper connection on a soul level, which is bringing in a higher reality. It's bringing in a higher version of you. It's bringing in a higher version of all relationships and the connections with people around you and with yourself are going to automatically upgrade because of the healing you've been doing, because of the work you've been doing. And those that are not able to upgrade are going to be continuing to fall away. You know, when we upgrade technology, you know, if the device sort of can't take the upgrade, then we have to replace the device, you know. And with connections, there are going to be relationships that cannot house the higher vibration of the higher love soul connection, the unconditional love connection. And that may really change some people's place in your life, your place in other people's lives. But for the most part, what I see is a morphing and a changing, absolutely for the better in most cases. In most cases, what you're going to see is the very best being brought out of people, and you being able to connect with them and them being able to connect with you in a whole new way that is based on the pure spirit. You know how little kids, when they come up and they meet each other, they just are automatically connected. They're automatically friends, you know, and still until something changes that, if it does. And that's what we're moving back into. We're moving back into these childlike soul connections where all the human stuff of thought and expectation and conditions, they just get less and less and less important. We're moving into what's truly important to ourselves and to spirit. So Leo season. Leo is about focus on the self. Sometimes with Leos, this can come through in a way that, you know, is sort of look at me, but many times it comes through in a much more internal way that is experienced as pressure by the Leo. It's sort of this thing of, wow, I need to take all of this on because it's all falling on me. Everything sort of, you know, revolves around me, not in a selfish way, but in a shouldering the burden kind of way. You know, Leo is a lion. So sometimes Leos can have this presence where it's like, you know, everything, I have to rise to the occasion. I have to bring the best to everything. I have to bring my best to everything. And we all will be experiencing with Leo season that spotlight shining on ourselves. And we all will be experiencing a shift into empowerment, into feeling, wow, you know, my every thought is pretty important. My every action and where I put my energy is important. It's rippling out. It's having effects. You know, I'm thinking about something and it's coming in. I'm putting my energy into something and it's happening. We're not going to feel anymore like there's energy and thought and action that can just be thrown away and doesn't matter. So you may experience in the month ahead much more consciousness about how you're spending your time, about where you're putting your energy. You may find it hard to just kind of, mindlessly watch something on TV or do something that's not important to you, or if you're doing a certain type of work and you're not into it, it's not your passion, you may be more challenged than ever to keep doing that. Because you're being invited by spirit and by your heart to move more into the things that are a meaningful use of your energy, time, and attention and intention. Being very mindful in the month ahead of exactly what you're asking for and what you're creating with spirit. Because it used to be in the past that, we're drawing in all kinds of experiences without even realizing it. You were getting exactly what you were asking for without even realizing you had been asking for it. Well, now that you've done all this work, you've come into much more awareness of the power of that intention, the power of your attention, and the power of your thoughts and energy. And there is no more sort of wiggle room or margin for, not focusing that. So in some ways that's really wonderful and freeing, because it means you're going to be doing less of what you don't want to do. And in some ways you may experience it as pressure, like, oh no, I have to really apply myself now. And it might feel a little bit like going uphill, but it's going to feel exhilarating too. And you're going to find that even though you are climbing, even though you're putting a lot of effort in on your journey, that you're also receiving a ton of support, that you're also feeling very assisted and very in flow with the divine, with your guides, and with your higher self. So yeah, it's going to be a powerful month ahead of feeling just how much your energy and what you're doing and what you're saying and what you're bringing to things matters. And spending a lot of time making sure that you're aware of what actually does matter to you and how you want to spend that focus, time, and energy. There's not going to be a lot of room in the month ahead for uncertainty within yourself. Of course, there's going to be uncertainty of what's going to happen, and we all are getting more and more uncomfortable. Look at that. I was trying to say more and more comfortable with uncertainty, but I said more and more uncomfortable. We're getting more and more uncomfortable, and yet we're learning how to find a certain degree of comfort with that. It's sort of like when you learn how to whitewater raft, and you're never going to sit there and just lounge and be like, oh yeah, this is so easy. But you do find more and more flow and ease as you become one with the river. That's what we're moving into. It's not going to be the old way of being unconscious, numb, and sort of not having to put a lot of effort in. That's not where you're going to go again. But you are going to find yourself in flow, ease, and in movement as you become one with the river of spirit and the river of consciousness. So you'll feel much more connected, much more natural in your energetic movement, much more natural in your thoughts, much more natural in the flow of your feelings. But is it ever going to be just, take no effort and focus? No. But you will experience new levels of ease and new levels of feeling supported in the abundance that's flowing from spirit, in the ways you experience yourself being used divinely. All of that is going to increase in the month ahead. Okay. So your discernment and your choice about how you spend your attention and time is going to be extra important in the month ahead. You're not going to find yourself with a lot of extra time and energy. that just doesn't need to be thought about. You're going to be pretty conscious of how you're spending every bit of that. Okay, and it will feel good though. It will feel good. It'll definitely be a refreshing shift from the diving into the depths that we did in Cancer season over this past month. The diving into the heavy, heavy depths of emotion and of the past and of things that go way, way, way back and way, way deep. That was important. But now this is going to feel a lot more powerful, you're going to feel much stronger. Okay. Cancer season was powerful, don't get me wrong, but that was underground, underwater power. This is going to be above the surface in the sun, bursting forth, energetic. Okay. So first we're going to ask for the messages for Aries for this time, for Leo season. What would you like for Aries to know, Spirit? This is for Aries. What is the message for Aries for this time? Thank you. Aries, you have the Four of Swords. This is about healing. This is about knowing, yes, that you can lean on the divine. You have the Strength card here, which has a lion on it. This Leo season is going to be about you being able to lean more fully on the divine and on your inner knowing. You're going to be experiencing, Aries, a lot of changes and shifts this month. But they're going to be changes and shifts in you feeling more solid within yourself. Got train confirmation for you. You're definitely letting go of some things this month, Aries. This is a continuation of the message last month. You are done with anything that is a lower energy that feels petty, that feels small, that feels too tight, that feels not like a fit anymore. You're done with that. You're done with that. No more of that for you. Okay. So when you're healing, one thing you're healing is the things you inherited that just feel too small now. You may have inherited a lot of things that say you can't go above this or you can't expand beyond that. You're going to be blasting right through that this month. Okay. And you've been putting off truly letting go of something that weighs you down, something that you've really carried around. This is the time when you're going to let that go for once and for all. Okay, Aries. So that you can truly move into this healing expansion, this knowing of your worth, so that you can truly seize this life you know you're worthy of, this upgrade that you know you're worthy of, okay? And next is Taurus. Asking to the messages for Taurus for this season. Thank you. For Leo season, for Taurus. Thank you. We have the Six of Pentacles, and that's about you receiving. This is a month where you're going to be receiving unexpected gifts. You're going to be pleasantly surprised this month, Taurus. You're going to feel a lot of great things come in this month that you'll be very surprised. These are things you would not have expected. These are gifts. These are possibilities that your mind would not have called. You know, it would have been like, what? That happened? And you're going to feel yourself coming into some confidence this month, Taurus, that you might have thought you would not be able to access again. You'll find some hidden reserves of confidence. But one thing that's going to be important during Leo season for you, Taurus, is going to be to, it's funny because you might have heard a closing door in the background, to close the door on things that are no longer right for you. You have the Queen of Swords here, and the Queen of Swords cuts away anything that feels like a drain, anything that feels like it's robbing you of your life force essence. This is going to be a time, Taurus, when you'll need to say goodbye to anything that feels draining. Even if it's a habit that lives within you. anything that makes you feel tired, run down, or just energetically drained. This is going to be a month when you will need to actively get rid of that, and then follow your guidance as you move into these wonderful surprises that are there for you. You will find very energizing surprises on your path this month as you let go of the things that drain you, okay? And next is Gemini. This is the message for Gemini for Leo season for August for Gemini. Oh, you have the Ace of Swords. You're going to have an aha. You're going to have an aha moment that's going to, yeah, there's situations, Gemini, that you are just so weary of. You are so kind of worn down by. You're like, oh, I'm just so tired of this. You're going to have a very refreshing clarity where you know, okay, it's time for me to believe that I can be lifted above these things that I'm so tired of. I'm not going to go through that again. I'm not going to go through more of that. Now, notice that there might be parts of you, Gemini, with this Four of Pentacles, there might be parts of you that are clinging to the weariness because that's sort of part of you. You might notice parts of you that are saying, well, I guess this is just my lot. You know, I guess I can't do anything about it. But no, it's important for you, yeah, especially when it comes to love, especially when it comes to feeling like you can lean on someone and like you can have real love, real lasting love. Gemini, I'm feeling for many of you receiving this, you have been in a place of like, I am just done with love and partnership. I guess I'm just on my own here. But you're going to discover new reserves, new places, new depths of love, both within yourself and in a partner. But it will, yeah, it is going to be a month for you of letting yourself believe again. It'll be important for you to let yourself believe again. And there will be an aha realization that you go through that helps you with that. Where you say, oh, I see. I was always sort of bringing this to the equation and that didn't help me. You know, now I'm seeing that when I love me fully, or when I, you know, am raising the bar in this way, everything's going to come in to meet me there. And I am going to receive everything I've been wanting. Beautiful. Okay, next is Cancer. This is the message from Spirit for Cancer for this month ahead, August. Cancer, very much like last month, it's time for you to dance. It's time for you to be in the spotlight. All eyes on you. And as you do that, you may notice that you're going through some growing pains. Yeah. Because you're surrendering in a lot of areas where you used to be very much in control. So this is going to be a month where you're being guided to let go, to surrender control. You're going to be letting go of the ways that you could kind of sort of control others, you know, maybe in a not bad, but in a kind of manipulative way. And it was because you just cared so much and you sacrificed yourself so much. But you're moving into more self-love now, which means that you're releasing some of those old patterns, a lot of those old patterns, which means that you might feel a little bit of this growing pain because you're feeling like, wow, without that way of being in relationship with others, what do I have? Well, that's when you're going to go back again and again this month to your connection with Spirit and say, okay, it's about you first, Spirit, and then it extends out to your connections with others. Okay. So you may have this sense this month, because it is about you and the spotlight is on you, and you have been waiting for that time. You have been waiting for a time when you could say, yes, it's my time, finally. But then there's that saying, it's lonely at the top. You might feel a little bit of that. But, you know, keep focusing on what's right for you. Keep focusing on that, because Spirit's doing a lot in your life this month. Yep, you're going to receive a lot of guidance. You keep getting the Hangman here, and that's all about surrender. So the more you can surrender in the month ahead, Cancer, the better. I know it's tricky, and you may notice some of that reflex coming in, like, oh, I gotta control this, I gotta do that, I gotta sort of manipulate this situation. Let go. Every time you feel that urge, let go some more. Let go some more. And ask your guides for confirmation that they're with you, that they're handling things. Every time you have to let go, and that will help you. Thank you. Next is Leo, and happy birthday, Leo. We're going to see what the Leo season message is for you. For Leo, thank you. What would you like for Leo to know? The greed is good, nice purpose. So first you have the Ten of Swords, and this is about a cycle of suffering ending for you. Nice. And then you have the Queen of Pentacles, and that is all about you stepping fully into your worth and saying, yes, I'm worth not having to suffer anymore. I'm worth not having to go through this old cycle anymore. Now, this is going to be a time when, because this new sense of receiving what you're worthy of, you know, you saying, it's my time, I'm going to receive, because that's fairly new for you. It's going to be important for you to align and realign and affirm and reaffirm. And what that means is, you know, you're going to be going through a lot of changes in the month ahead. So keep on, sort of like when you're breaking any bad habit, you just keep on affirming, this is right for me. It is my time. It is my time to receive what I'm worthy of. It is my time to step into ease, step into support. I am gratefully embracing and receiving all of these changes that are happening in my life, and I deserve it, you know, and really affirm that throughout the month, because you have the Empress here. She is all about receiving. I'm telling you, Leo, it's your time to sit back and receive. I know you have worked hard. I mean, Leo is all about putting in the hard work, you know, sometimes to a fault. It's just like, you know, and sometimes people can, I don't know, devalue that or think it's easy because you make it look easy, but no. And it's time for you to say, all right, I'm going to allow myself to receive more ease, to be supported, to receive what I'm worthy of. Now, you do have this energy of the Seven of Swords that wants to come out. And that is this feeling that someone wants to kind of take from you, or, you know what? You're closing off that leak. Okay. So there has been a leak for you for a long time, where others or situations have been able to come in and really siphon off your power, really take from you. I mean, just really vampire you. And you have closed up that receptor. You have said, no more. This is closed. You've done that. And that's so, so good, because since you've done that, Leo, possibilities are opening up for you. You're no longer just opening your veins, you know, and saying, okay, just take from me, take from me, take from me. And because of that, you're going to experience some wonderful, wonderful things this month. You may feel a little bit of bittersweetness as you say goodbye to that dynamic, especially if it's attached to a specific person that you're just no longer going to interact with. You're just no longer going to do that. But the rewards are going to be well worth it, Leo. Okay? So you're moving into so much that you're worthy of. Embrace it. Enjoy it. You're doing amazingly with that. That's so, so good. Okay. All right, and next is Virgo. Virgo, this is your message for the month ahead. Ooh, you start with the Ten of Pentacles, and the Devil wants to come out. Okay, so because you are moving into this sense of abundance, it's like Ten of Pentacles is saying, oh, I know I'm being moved into abundance, and it's long-term abundance, and I feel very solid in that. It's like you've made some big changes in your life. Yeah, you've made some big changes in yourself. For one, you're going easier on yourself. That's really good. Yeah, you are not any longer letting something rule you that really felt pretty oppressive, even if it's just your own inner tyrant. It felt very oppressive. This is going to be a month of you facing down the devil, which is the ego, as it kind of tries to tempt you back, okay? Because you've made so many changes that in the month ahead, there are going to be opportunities for that devil to say, see, you've been going easier on yourself, and look what has happened. But if you really face that and say, well, what has happened? Because actually, I'm experiencing more joy. I'm experiencing more love. So what if a couple things, have slipped? And so what if a couple things maybe aren't looking perfect? It doesn't matter. I'm receiving more, and I'm feeling more. You know what? It's like you're allowing yourself to enjoy the things that you look around and see everybody else enjoying, so why shouldn't you be able to? And in the past, you would have said, well, that's for them, and I don't need that or don't get that. But now you are saying, no, you know what? I'm every bit as entitled to all of this love, to all this joy, to all this abundance, and I'm going to receive it. Now, this King of Swords and the Devil do want to come out. So just be aware this month of what your mind is unconsciously sort of telling you. You might need to make a point of setting times for during the day when you can really check in with your heart, with what you're feeling, where you can really connect and say, am I in my head? Because that head is going to try to take over in the month ahead, and your alignment, your energetic choices, what am I focusing on, are going to be important. So just sort of check in. Am I feeling right now, or am I thinking? Am I connected right now, or did I get disconnected because my ego came in and did a bunch of stuff? Just be aware, because you have made some really positive shifts and strides, and just keep going. Okay. So next is Libra. This is the message for Libra for Leo season for the month ahead for August. These are the messages for Libra. What would you like for Libra to know? Oh, we're starting off with the Nine of Swords. So the Nine of Swords is about anxiety and worry. So next you have the Emperor. That's a good shifting, because the Emperor is very, very confident, very powerful in his inner connection with spirit. The Emperor knows that his decisions are divinely backed. So you're shifting here. I see you shifting in the month ahead from a place of questioning yourself, a place of going, oh, if I do this, is so-and-so going to be mad? And sort of people-pleasing kind of behaviors, and then fretting about, if things are okay, and moving into a much more solid confidence. You have it with the Three of Pentacles and the Nine of Pentacles, which is showing you, and the Six of Pentacles, showing you receiving a ton of very physical, very real support and abundance this month. This is good. So confidence is key for you this month, Libra. Anytime you catch yourself in anxiety or worry, you're going to immediately stop and go, oh, no, let's tap back into the source of my power. Let's tap back into that inner connection and confidence, because you're moving away from a lot of things right now that were causing you pain, that were causing you difficulty. And it's time to move forward confidently. Okay. Yeah, trusting that you are moving into a future that is a present and a future that is very solid, supported, and very spirit connected. You have this Ace of Wands here with the Magician, and that is showing you starting a new beginning, basically being able to realize the dreams that you've been manifesting. Realize the dreams you've been manifesting for so long. You have Wheel of Fortune here showing that Wheel of Fortune and the Magician. Yes, this is definitely going to be a harvest time of you receiving things you've been manifesting and you being moved out of that anxiety and worry of the past. Beautiful. Lots more solidness, lots more confidence for you this month, Libra. Okay. And next we have a message for Scorpio. This is for Scorpio for Leo season, for the month ahead. What would you like for Scorpio to know? Thank you. Queen of Swords. You're starting off with the energy of cut the things out that aren't right for you. There's some things, Scorpio, that it's time to absolutely pull that plug on and say, no more. No more of this. Yep, because you have the King of Pentacles. Nice. You're embracing like, I want someone in my life who's going to be solid, who's going to be dependable. I deserve that. I'm not, I just heard that TLC song, I Don't Want No Scrubs. It's like, I'm not putting up with lower, petty, little, unsupportive energies anymore. Cutting those out. Yep, you're leaning on the divine. Your doors are opening this month because you're doing that. So you're making a choice to choose. You're making a choice to choose, but you're making a decision here where you're like, no, I'm going to choose solidness. I'm going to choose value. I'm no longer going to accept less. No longer going to accept sort of cheap imitations of the real thing, whether it's relationship, you know, what you're passionate about. You've got the Wheel of Fortune just like Libra, which means that this is a really key pivotal time, for you to move into more depth. I'm seeing you moving into more depth in relationships, more depth within yourself. Yes, in the heart. And because you're doing this, you are seeing so many possibilities open in the month ahead. It's like you were kind of cruising along on the surface before Scorpio, and you were like, this is fine. This is fine. Yeah, that's fine. It looks good on the outside. It's fine. And now you're like, no more of that. No more of that. If it doesn't have substance, if it doesn't ring true to my heart, if it doesn't feel like it matches my value, it's out. That's it. That's it. Good for you. Great. So a lot of clarity this month for you, Scorpio. And next is Sagittarius. This is the message for Sagittarius for month ahead for August. You are starting off with the Nine of Wands. That's an energy of the wounded warrior. I'm so tired. I don't want to fight anymore. And the Ten of Swords. I don't want to suffer anymore. So you don't want to fight anymore. You don't want to suffer anymore. Then you have the Page of Swords. This Page of Swords is a real petty guy. He really just always seems to worm his way in and cause trouble. So you are so tired of little petty energies and little petty situations coming in, causing you all this distress, causing you all of this having to struggle and fight. You're just done. You're tired. You're tired. All right. So you have the Hermit. So for you, it may look like, everyone just leave me alone. I'm going to spend some time, just me. I see you, Sagittarius, maybe going like, I'm going to take a little sabbatical. I'm going to go find a private island somewhere, and I'm going to just come back into my full power. I'm seeing you really closing the gates and saying, I have to recharge. I have to extract myself from these energies that have drained me. Yep. And you have. It's like you've been picked over and you've been scavenged, and it is time for you to absolutely chase off those vultures and say, no more. You're going to leave me alone now. And allow yourself to receive this month, you know, some peace and the clarity. So much confusion has been swirling around you. It's time for that to end. Yeah, it's absolutely time for that to end. And you do have the Six of Wands here, which is victory and success when you do that. So when you detach from all that has caused so much confusion and chaos and stress, and you focus on you, you're going to hear a lot of guidance come in. You're going to receive a lot of help, and you will feel so much stronger by the end of August, okay? All right, and now it is time for a message for Capricorn for the month of August for Leo season. What would you like for Capricorn to know? Thank you. You have the Eight of Wands first, so it's like Spirit's just sending you mail. It's like message here. All right, tons of messages coming in. Now you also have the King of Swords. Oh no, you don't. Awesome. Thought this was the King of Swords. It's the King of Wands. That's great. So that's a synchronistic little thing too. Let's feel into it. Okay. So King of Wands is this energy of, I am soul connected. I am hearing that guidance that's coming in. I'm receiving it loud and clear. But it's interesting because you have it with Temperance here, which is all about healing and finding your balance. So you know how I saw that King of Wands and I was like, oh, it's the King of Swords. No, it's not. So you may have several moments of that. King of Swords is the mind, and it is rigidity. So you may have several moments in the month ahead where you're like expecting for that inner rigidity of the mind to come in and kind of put the hammer down, but then you're like, wait a minute, it's not happening. I'm hearing my soul, and I'm following my soul, and would you look at that? Like, it's gonna be a lot easier than what you're used to, for sure. You may be expecting a lot of resistance that you just don't get. You don't encounter. And that may be a big surprise in itself. And you're like, wow, that's different. Okay. Just keep moving forward in that, because you have the Wheel of Fortune as well. And that is saying you're being lined up for something right now. This is going to be a pivotal time. So staying in your alignment is key. So it's good that you have that King of Wands. It's like, I know what's going on. I'm in tune. You're going to be speaking your truth a lot this month, because you're starting a new life. You have the Ace of Pentacles, and you're the only sign so far that's gotten the Ace of Pentacles for this time. This means that you are starting something very real that is new. And yeah, you're starting a new life. So Capricorn, you may be starting a new job, a new place to live, a new relationship. The emphasis on new, because when we talk about new things, you kind of don't have a frame of reference. You're going to be the Fool. You have the Fool here really good, because that means you're listening to the divine. But it can feel very much like that zero starting point. But you have the Six of Wands here, very successful. So just know that the more you are kind of feeling that newness this month, the better. Now, the Devil keeps peeking out. Could just be because that's the card of the Capricorn. But let's ask into that, because I'm not really... It could be that this is a month where there's a lot of kind of illusion happening, because, you know, saw that King of Wands, thought it was King of Swords. You're going to have some tricky illusion. What is this Devil for Capricorn? Thank you. Four of Wands, Temperance. Okay, so as you move forward in that healing, and as you move forward going, yes, I am the King of Wands, I am protected, I am receiving my guidance, you know, that King of Swords and or the Devil of the ego might just come in and be like, really? you know, and kind of test it. But you're just going to again and again go, yeah, really. Yeah, really. So it's just going to require you to stay in your truth and say, that's exactly right. You'll have lots of opportunities to just reaffirm that within yourself, but you also are receiving a huge gift with this Ace of Pentacles new beginning. So embrace that. Beautiful. And next is Aquarius. These are your messages for the month ahead, Aquarius. What would you like for Aquarius to know? Thank you. Okay, Five of Wands. You are receiving a lot of good stuff this month, Aquarius, but in receiving it, you may feel some bumps here and there. You may experience some resistance here and there, either inside yourself or outside yourself. It's going to be important this month, Aquarius, for you to make sure you're not holding on to any old burdens of the past. It's going to be important for you to make sure that you are allowing yourself to be freed from those old burdens, because you're getting the Justice card. That is all about karmic burdens being balanced and things working out for you, for your good. And in order for things to work out for you, for your good, it is important for you to let them, you know, let go of the scales so they can balance. You keep getting justice over and over again. So make sure you're not carrying any burdens that Spirit's saying you don't need to carry anymore, because this is a time of you being able to finally receive and feel that support that's there for you. But you just might feel a little resistance here and there to that, okay? But I'm telling you, your ships are coming in. It is your time, Aquarius. So keep affirming it. Keep saying, yes, I am receiving what I've been waiting for. Justice is happening. You have the Ace of Pentacles too. Something that only you and Capricorn got this month. This is talking about a very real new beginning. So Aquarius, you're being given a new lease on life, and a very literally a new life in many ways. So embrace that, affirm that, say, yes, this is mine. And be aware of any ways you might be holding on to any resistance or anything from the past that was confining to you, okay? You also have 2 Aquarius full moons back to back, one right now and one coming in a month. And this is a very favorable energy for you of expansion, opening up to possibilities. So embrace that as well. Okay, and finally Pisces. This is the message for Pisces for the month ahead, for August, for Leo season, for Pisces. Thank you. Pisces, your message is a little reluctant to come out. So, okay, you have judgment first. Judgment is about aligning. So that's what I was just going to say with the cards being reluctant to come out. Just take a breath. In every moment, you know, as many as you can be conscious of. Say, what energy am I choosing right now? What thoughts am I choosing? Being very aware of how you are focusing your energy and your thoughts is going to be extra important this month, okay? Ooh, so Capricorn, Aquarius, and Pisces, you 3 are the only signs to receive this Ace of Pentacles, and you are receiving the Ace of Pentacles this month. That is a literal new beginning that is physical. So it could be a new place to live, a new job, a new relationship, an actual gift of wealth, of money. You have the Empress and the 2 of Wands. So this is saying, Pisces, move forward in receiving. Here is the gift. Receive it. Make sure you're aligned with, I am receiving this abundance. I am receiving this new beginning. I'm receiving all of this new wonderfulness that Spirit's bringing in. Really, really important for you to take active steps to move forward in that. You may experience this month something trying to pull you back into the heaviness, into the something of the past. But you're going to say, no, I am moving forward successfully, and I am embracing this new beginning and everything that's coming with it. Yes. Really important time for you to move forward in the direction of your heart, in the direction of your spirit. Move forward passionately, okay? You, okay, a lot of energy of moving forward. You have the Chariot. You have all of these messages about move forward, Pisces, move forward. This is important because you may feel yourself reluctant to move forward, especially for some of you regarding romance. But Spirit's saying it is safe to move forward. And what is this message around the Lovers, around romance for Pisces? Okay. You are being guided to really let go of something that hasn't served you romantically, and move more into you being more supported, move more into a new way of doing things. Remember how at the beginning we talked about those upgrades? You're really going to be experiencing an upgrade with relationship, okay? So it doesn't necessarily mean you have to say goodbye to someone, but it does mean you need to say goodbye to an old way of being with that person so that you can embrace more. Yeah, move in the direction of your passion. Trust where the divine is leading you. It's really good. You have the Fool. It's really, really good. The divine's not going to let you fall, okay? You have learned what you need to learn, and you're ready to embrace this pinnacle of the Ace of Pentacles, this new life, okay? I hope these messages have served you. I hope you will let me know. Have a wonderful August and Leo season. We'll connect again soon. Bye.